This is literally the same company that makes Candy Crush. It is literally the same company that Candy Crush. Expecting anything except Candy Crush tier monetization and Candy Crush like kind of quality.
Would have preferred WoW Impact. I didn't catch your name in chat because it was moving so fast. Oh, I mean, me too, my man. Me too.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the thing. A lot of like modern gacha stuff. Obviously, you look from it from an industry perspective. You look at it from the worst affected and like the kind of people who are likely to be caught up and like have very negative life impact of playing these games. Didn't mean to use the word impact there. Good joke, but. It's like those games are actually, generally speaking, fairly user-friendly. They ask a lot of time sometimes, but generally speaking, most of them are designed that they are for whales and for a little bit of monetization, but it's not like abusive from the whales.
Yeah.
It's like if you watch Mythic Quest and Brad has that whole thing about, he doesn't like taking money from Saudi princes because it's easy. What he wants is the challenge of like squeezing the last penny out of people. I think so much of like gacha games have figured out that going for we'll take a load of money from people who have a load of money to spare.
Yeah.
By, whatever effect, but we'll make the game good and fun to play so there's a thriving community around it.
I think that's the modern like, thing, hello, we're going to capture you and then use a weird progressive taxation that you opt into by how much you're willing to fund us.
Exactly.
Now, buy those... I was going to say a bunch of inappropriate things. It was about Genshin. You probably can assume what I maybe would have said.
Absolutely.
Yeah, acquire characters with traits you enjoy.
Absolutely.
Especially for their gameplay.
To be fair, for Genshin specifically,
True.
It is really annoying the amount of times I'm like, I would like to play that, but I want to play this character and I missed their banner. Shit.
Yeah.
Because stuff like Raiden Shogun, you're like, absolutely, a Katana rival. Please, yes.
Yeah, I mean, even near the start, you just see a character like, fucking hell, Jaina. Jaina. And people might have a few words after that they could say.
Calling Jane is unfair, but yes.
I guess I just saw, Blue End is a Meiji character.
She's not.
No. Okay, well, I've not played Genshin in like a year, so.
Yeah.
But tell you what, like, I suppose that's it. This is firmly not anything like a Genshin. No. And I think that is something you can tell because this is made by Blizzard's incubation unit. So this could be a game, maybe, 40 people, 50 people. Whereas Genshin Impact is a team of multiple hundreds. Over 1,000, potentially.
Well, to be fair, maybe we're working on a couple of games, but they have thousands of employees now.
So like Genshin Impact could be worked on by a team of a size that is vaguely comparable to an Assassin's Creed title.
Yeah, for sure.
And that just shows how much we kind of joked about it as a progressive tax where, it's 20% for most people, but maybe it's 45% for the super rich people or something. It's literally not like that. But Genshin is an example of like, you can have a game that probably, I don't want to say in terms of development cost because regional differences, but has a headcount similar to an Ubisoft title, yet it's a game that they can fund purely because someone who earns like 90, this is using UK numbers, like say 90 grand a year, probably won't mind putting 400 into wishes or whatever. Sure. Wishes are just like the gacha pools in that game.
Yep. I mean, if you want to come away with this with a little bit of hope, say this game isn't for you. Say you even want to play this game, but you're not going to be monetized heavily. There is someone out there will give Blizzard a substantial amount of money for this. And hopefully they'll be able to use it to spend developing the other mobile game that we believe they have in the works based on job listings, which was basically asking for a full like combat and class designer, talking about like WoD class design, HOTS class design, asking for like a dungeon environment artist. So maybe they'll take all that money and spend it on something that you actually would rather have. Maybe they'll pump it back into World of Warcraft to get that a little bit back up again. Because the example I'll always go for. No, Kaji, that wasn't cancelled. The Pokemon Go game was cancelled. Yeah. The other game was like I think it was like a month or two ago they were hiring for it. So it may have been recently spun out. Now this is going to go out. But the comparison I'd make is Arknights. Because Arknights is a fairly low budget game, generally speaking, right? It is a quality game. People do enjoy it. The gameplay's fine. The story's really, really like well done. Characters very well designed, etc., etc.
Camera's been bumped.
Oh, sweet, beautiful.
There you go.
Now I'm in the right place. Fantastic.
Some Mr. Robot framing there.
But then they have the is it called the Enfield project? But they are making it's Enfield project, and they're taking all that money that they're getting from their gacha game, and they're just going, okay, we're going to make in this universe a massive, I don't know what kind of gameplay they've said it will be, but it'll likely be like an action RPG. MiHoYo are making a so they have Honkai Impact, which is like a character action Bayonetta style game on mobile. They're making a full Genshin Impact style version for their Honkai universe.
Sweet.
And then there's like Cygames who turned all their Grand Blue Fantasy money into it's not out yet, but oh my god, Grand Blue Relink it's called.
Yeah, it looks
expensive.
It
looks like an incredible like AAA at its max like amount of money put in, like open world ARPG.
Yeah,
and that's like Blizzard seem to be doing it in reverse now. Like, World of Warcraft money, funnel it into a mobile game, but maybe that'll funnel back out into something they actually would rather make.
If I was to compare this to Diablo Immortal, to be honest, I wouldn't play Diablo Immortal because I don't want to basically have arthritis over my entire body and be like,
yeah,
right? Because if you're just sitting there playing Diablo Immortal for the way that I would play a Diablo game, I just don't want to do that on a phone. So if the PC version is good and it's got a cool campaign with some cool cinematics and a few cool boss fights, then I'll play that on PC. And I don't think Diablo Immortal is a game that I would really play in mobile, because for a game like Diablo Immortal, I don't want to do that in mobile.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm far more likely to play this than Diablo Immortal.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
thinking about the phone format, and if we were to then think about monthly active users.
Oh yeah,
so
just another couple.
Diablo Immortal has got 30 million pre-regs.
At least.
At least. And that was like before the PC stuff happened. So, and then of course, I think it was like 500,000 characters did something in the new season of Diablo 2 Resurrected. That shows like people are fucking playing D2R. It's not just a flash in the pan at the start. A lot of motherfuckers came back to play that game in its season, right? So that just tells me like the Diablo brand is really strong. Blizzard's MAUs could zoom up with Immortal. Let's just say half the people who pre-reg play it. By the way, I think Blizzard's MAUs could go up by 30 million. I would not be surprised given what COD Mobile did to what COD Mobile did for Activision, and how, like, let's be real, Diablo Immortal is a way better fit for mobile than a Call of Duty game on a mobile phone. Definitely. Even though, to be fair to them, COD Mobile is shockingly playable. One of our guys was like, he's really highly ranked in it too. I have fun in COD Mobile. Now I did just put it on my iPad and then hook it up to the TV and then put my controller onto my iPad. So then I was just sitting there trying to quick scope people in Crossfire like it's COD 4 again. On a big, like, 65-inch TV, and somehow playing a mobile game in a 65-incher actually felt fucking great. I was very surprised by this. But I'd find this to be a very playable game, because just a quick little strategy, brain teaser game, a bit of tug-of-war type of format I've enjoyed in custom games in StarCraft 2 before, assuming it's done with that really big level of Blizzard polish. I wouldn't be surprised if you got another 20 or 30 million MAUs for a game like this, at least at its launch, if it's launched as a big explosion. At which point, look, you've got Warzone and COD Mobile. As soon as those come online, Activision is up to 150 million monthly active users. So is it insane to say that Diablo Immortal and this come out and Blizzard ends up at 90 million MAUs? Not an absurd thing to say.
Probably. I mean,
and that's a game changer.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if this will be 30 off the bat, because obviously 30 was definitely, you're thinking about the Chinese audience for Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
That's going to be way bigger than like any Eastern audience for this. This is very much I'm actually not entirely sure how the Clash games and Supercell stuff does over in the East.
No idea.
But compared to the kind of games they seem to play largely, I feel like this is a lot more Western focused.
Yeah.
Which is likely going to mean a lot more competition in the same art style and the same kind of IP base. It's not like the Warcraft movie did very well in NA, to be honest. So maybe the brand's not super massive. But
NA is what killed Warcraft.
Yeah.
The beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it did pretty okay in EU and it did terrifically in China. So there you go. You Yanks just went and saw your fucking movie. We could have had Warcraft the middle and Warcraft the end. But no.
Oh, God.
So yeah, I get what you mean though, with how it all sort of hits different audiences. So like looking at this, like the UI and stuff, I don't know.
I mean, it's all going to be focus tested.
It all looks
fine.
nice. Yeah, that's it.
I think that's the problem I have with mobile games. It's all focus tested to be good. And you're like, where's the soul? Where's the bad mobile game that's fun? I don't want the good mobile game that's okay. I want the bad mobile game that's fun.
Yeah.
I want the 3 nerds in the corner have made this in like 2 weeks kind of vibe. But I think I'm just, well, I'm not actually that old, but I think I'm just boomer tier as far as games are concerned right now.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of scrolling through Twitter to see if I pick anything up. Not really. Yeah, so like overall, I think for what this game is going to be, it's probably going to be a very good entry. Yeah. I think this will be an excellent entry in this slice of mobile games. I think most people who are willing to play a game on their phone will enjoy this. I think it will probably monetize you less aggressively than a Clash Royale. I think because it's offering a PvE mode, it's just, for a lot of people, just going to be in the same way someone might whip out a tower defense game in their phone to just kill a bit of time waiting for something, because none of us have got executive function anymore and we need to have our brains being massaged by some sort of product.
That's why I play Citus too.
There we go. Well, I mean, that doesn't massage your brain. That's like that's like fucking Donnie Yen fighting the boxer in Ip Man 2, right? Where he's doing the fucking Wing Chun fast fists over your man's muscles to make him not use his muscles anymore. That's what Citus is doing to your fucking big tier. Citus is a rhythm game in mobile. It's actually really good. But I see people play Citus on an iPad Mini.
iPad Mini,
and the hardest difficulty, and it's how do you do that with your fingers? Yeah, that is. I was going to make a Michael Fassbender Alien Covenant joke, but
I don't think
let's not do that. I don't think I have the delivery for that fingering.
No.
Ah, dear. So there you go. That's the mobile game. I think honestly, this is probably going to be. It's going to be a hard fucking line. And I think if you're on one side of that line, this game's probably going to be a banger and you'll enjoy it. If you're not on that side of the line, it doesn't fucking matter. You're not going to enjoy it. It's not going to be for you. I think that's essentially it. I think Blizzard also almost certainly know that doesn't really take away from World of Warcraft. I guess it could add to their company performance. But you do see this, and I think you do see a pretty transparent desire to really scale, really grow. If you think, like, how much money does it cost to make this game? Right? Now, a lot of money, but relatively speaking, not much.
Yeah, based on the team size they showed off there, including paying Corey Stockton and Tom Chilton, probably quite expensive overall, but...
Compared to World of Warcraft.
Exactly.
Fuck all.
Yep.
And I remember... I think we were talking about something on the news channel that we have. By the way, yeah, we have a news channel, just in case you didn't know. Somebody got in contact with us, and I ended up losing the email, but everything just gets buried for me. Yeah. But anyway, they basically said, it was somebody who works in a studio like that, and they basically said, look, for the amount of development cost that it takes to make this game, this is so much more profitable. The big companies look at how much it takes to staff up King with core development staff and how much money they get as a return. And I think they just think like, what the do that. And I think as well, when you look at a game like a Candy Crush or maybe even a Warcraft Arc Light Rumble, there's one really big cost that's very easy to scale and has a very clear output. And that is your CPA, your cost per acquisition. A lot of this is just going to be, a lot of the spend, a lot of the expense for a game like this is going to go into, I can't believe I've forgotten the word for it. Is it performance marketing? I forget the word anyway. But the very obvious thing of we spend X amount in advertising dollars, we can clearly track that it led to Y amount of spend. And they're just going to be able to blast that through, and there you go. I think as well, this is a game that has a lot more initial approachability than Hearthstone. So much more. So I think that this is an easier game for people to start playing than Hearthstone.
For sure.
As well. And I mean, certainly, whenever you start Hearthstone, you feel like you've just been like rammed full of advertisements, which I imagine to a new player would be quite a daunting and confusing experience.
Yep. Or maybe they're just so used to it because they're playing it on mobile that they're like, oh wait, I only have to click through 5 ads and I don't have to watch a 30-second unskippable advert to play this game. Holy shit, this is one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah.
It's grim how bad the mobile market is, especially in the not, oh, I've heard of a good game, I'm going to play it. in the, oh, I'm going to scroll on my phone and see what's good, especially on the Google Play Store, as compared to looking for what Apple will give you. You can end up in some real bad places.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. It's hard to say how this will do them in the long term. All I know is they definitely have a target audience in mind. And I think they bit the bullet on loads of old World of Warcraft players will just be furious at this. But they'll come back to our game. Hopefully it's fine. Because they made a very deliberate decision to put on the associate game director. And, I can't remember the lady's title.
I forget her title.
Yeah. But
I think they both did an excellent job.
yeah, they did an excellent job at the style they're aiming for.
Well, to have a video of that style land and not be cringe is a fucking feat.
That's the thing.
That's what shocked me.
Yeah.
That should have been so much more embarrassing to watch than it was, and I think they did a good job.
That's exactly the thing. Where I didn't think it was very cringe. I was looking at the execution stuff, but obviously chat here and on the actual reveal were very, very, very assured it was extremely cringe.
Towley's played it.
Yeah, so I think that's a thing where they just kind of went, okay, well, we know we're not going to put the actual, the full game director. I'm assuming the game director title goes to Tom Chilton.
It's confirmed.
Probably.
Tom Chilton
Okay.
is the game director of
Yeah.
War.
Yeah, so they went, okay, we'll put the I guess the new blood
Hammers
out,
up, everyone, and
and they'll show off who they are. We'll get them to lead it all in this new style, almost like the old guard handing off, and that's just
Holy
what
shit.
they went for.